In this video, we're going to look at double veneer walls. Having a brick or stone base applied halfway below a siding or a stucco veneer can be done in Envisioneer by taking advantage of the components. In the Element Manager, we're going to add a new wall type to our siding veneer folder. And to do that, we're going to go up to File, Catalogs, and under Catalogs, we're going to select the Element Manager option. In the Element Manager, we're going to select Walls, and then we're going to select the Siding Veneer folder, and then we're going to select the 2x6 cement board siding wall. With the 2x6 cement board siding wall selected, we're then going to right-click, and we're going to select the Add Element option. This is going to bring up the Define Element dialog, and in here we just want to select the Wall System option. And then we're going to say OK. This is going to bring up the Walls Catalog option, which is allowing us to create a brand new wall to our catalog. And we want to give this new wall a new name. So in the name section, we're going to name this wall 2x6 cement board siding, and we're going to say upper. And then we're going to type in brick base. And that's just going to give us a new name. Now what we're going to do, under the Basic tab, we're going to select the component layout, and we're going to press the Select button. This is going to bring up the component layout dialog. And in here, we're going to be able to see on the left-hand side all of the different components that make up this wall. And we can see that the exterior finish is displaying a cement board siding veneer. And this is going to be the only veneer that we're seeing on the exterior. Well, we want to add in a double veneer. So we're going to add in a new veneer on this exterior finish. To do that, we're going to simply select the Add option. And this is going to give us the ability to add in a new component on the exterior veneer. And we're going to select Brick Veneer from the exterior finish section. I'm going to double click on this to bring up the properties of the component, because it's in here that we can control the size of the component. And in this case, the brick veneer is going to be 3.5 inches wide. We're also able to control the appearance on how this brick veneer is going to look. So if you want to change the material of the brick, you can do that here. We're also able to control the line work on how this brick veneer is going to be displayed in not only 2D, but in our elevations and in our sections. And we're also able to control the quantity information that's going to be applied to this component. So how do we want this particular veneer to be quantified when it's added into our designs? And just like in any of our quantity informations, you can add, edit, and adjust the assemblies that make up that component. I'm just going to click cancel on next. I don't want to make any changes. And I'm going to say OK. And that has now added in our brick veneer to our wall. However, when we're looking at it, we can see in our preview that the brick veneer is sitting above our siding. And we actually want the brick veneer below the siding. In this dialog, it's an order of display. So how we see it displayed here is how it's going to be built. So we want to move the brick veneer down so that it sits below the cement board siding. So we're going to select the brick veneer, and then we're going to move down by selecting the Move Down button. And that's going to bring the brick veneer down below our siding material. Now, also what we're going to be able to do here is we're also going to be able to adjust how this brick veneer is going to sit on the wall. And over underneath the Properties section, we can see that we have a top edge, and we can see that the offset from wall base is set to 3 foot 11.25 inches. So this is saying that the brick veneer is going to extend up along that wall 3 foot and 11.25 inches. Well, I only want that to extend up 3 feet. So I'm going to change that to be 3 feet. And that will actually adjust the brick veneer so that it sits 3 feet now along that wall. The bottom edge offset from core option controls how far down we want that brick veneer to extend past the base of our wall. This is going to help us cover up any kind of floor construction that we've added in. In this case, it's set to a negative 11.5 inches. And we have the negative value in there because it will drop the brick down. If we added in a positive value, it would actually move the brick veneer up. So if I type in and remove the negative sign, it's going to move that brick veneer up 11.5 inches. So just a quick note here, it is important to make sure you add in that negative value to bring the brick veneer down past the base of the wall. We've now made all of our adjustments to this wall, so I'm going to say OK. And what this has now done is we can see in our preview, and I'm just going to right click and do a rendered outline view so we can see everything in that new preview. We can see our brick veneer wall, and we can see that it's now showing brick and siding. But we're also seeing trim that we may want to get rid of. So what I'm going to do here is I'm going to select the trim tab. Now under the trim tab, we can see again all of the current trim that's going to be applied to this wall. And we're also going to be able to remove and add anything that we want to this wall. So with the trim option selected, we're going to select the advanced button. And the advanced button option will allow us to see all of the trim that is being applied to both the interior and the exterior of the wall. We're going to select the exterior tab, and we're going to say that we want to remove the baseboard from this brick base. We don't want to see the baseboard on our brick. So we're going to select baseboard, and then under behavior, we're going to say exclude. That's going to remove the baseboard from our exterior wall. We also want to add in a cap along the top of our wall. So we have a cap along the top of our brick. So we're going to select the add option. This is going to bring up the trim packages, and we're going to be able to go and select under exterior any exterior trim package that we want. One of the options that are available to us already is the double veneer cap. So I'm going to select that, and we can see that it is using a 1.5 inch by 4 inch concrete sill. I'm going to say OK. That now applies the cap to our wall, but if we move around, we can see that it's also applying it to the interior side. And that's because apply to is set to both. So we want to make sure that this is set to just applying it to the exterior. I'm going to say OK to that. And now we're seeing how our wall is going to be added in. Now, you are seeing trim around the actual opening. Don't worry about this. It is only showing that because we have the trim applied to our openings. The actual way that this will be inserted is controlled in the document settings. So underneath your settings, document settings, trim settings, you can control how you want that to be added in. So we're going to say OK. And then we're going to say OK to our element manager, and I'll show you the settings dialog and where you can control and how it will actually be displayed. So if you go to settings, document settings, trim settings, the trim behavior controls how the trim will actually be inserted. So we're showing it with the trim around the openings, but when you actually insert it into your design with a double veneer, it will remove the trim around the opening itself. So now we're going to add in our new wall, and I'm just going to create a basic square here. And then I'm just going to drop a door into the front of our design. So when I go into a 3D view and I pull my camera back, I can now see that new wall has been added in with the base, brick base, and the siding above, and the door has been added in, and I can see that the trim stops at the brick base. We hope this tooltip helps you moving forward. If you like what we're creating, press the like button and be sure to subscribe for future videos. If you have any comments, please let us know in the comment section below. Thank you.